Touchdown Friday Night is sponsored by these local businesses.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Touchdown Friday Night, one of the largest high school football shows in Tennessee and Virginia. I'm Kenny Hawkins, along with my partner in crime, Mackenzie Kane, or McKinney Kane. Either way works. And tonight, we have another full show and some with bragging rights on the line, like in Sullivan County. But first, let's get this party started. Here's Mackenzie with our Southern Pools and Spas top tackle of the night. Mackenzie?
Top Tackle is sponsored by Southern Pools and Spas.
Kenny, our top tackle of the night, the very first play of the night, the Tornadoes kick off to the Pioneers. Grayson Brammer will catch the ball and try to dodge the Nados. However, Xavier Lester puts a little wrestling move on him. Look at this in slow-mo right here. Absolute takedown. Kenny, that is our top tackle of the night.
All right, thanks a lot, Mackenzie. We'll start in Blumpville, where the West Ridge Wolves were hoping to make history by becoming the first team in school history to defeat the Dobyns-Bennett Indians. Even when they were Sullivan South Central and North high schools, the Indians held a 69-9 record in this combined series. West Ridge looking to put a win or end to that winning streak tonight. Levi Chappell gets the snap, decides to pass it. He finds a wide open Tyree Thomas, who walks it into the end zone to extend the Indians' lead in the second. DB up 24-7. Next drive, West Ridge is marching down the field, but the ball hits the deck after a bad snap. It falls perfectly to Jackson Sensabaugh. Action Jackson scooped it up, took it all the way 70 yards for the score. DB still in control in the second half. West Ridge kept things on the ground all night long. They showed some life in the fourth. Justice Hilton gets the pitch in the backfield. He's going to walk into the end zone for the score, but the visitors were just too strong for the Wolves. Luke Lundy untouched as he walks it in for a score. Indians will take home a 45-14 win.
I thought our defense played well. You know, we challenged them about responsibility football and the things that they had to do. I thought we came out and played with great discipline. We took care of dive, quarterback, and pitch. Really proud of those guys.
Oh, it was great. We stopped the run so well that they had that heavy offense, and we just stopped it perfectly.
I thought our team performed and executed just how we wanted to. I thought we battled adversity well, and whenever we had those few times when we didn't excel to how we wanted to, and I thought we played great tonight.
I wonder if Levi let me borrow some of that hair. Dobyns-Bennett wins tonight over West Ridge by the final 45-14. Cloudland squeaks out a close one over Jellicoe, 28-22. Science Hill on the road tonight. It did not go well. Jefferson County handed the Hilltoppers their first loss. That final 31-6. And it was Granger beating Sullivan East that final 27-22. Let's go to Rogersville, where the Cherokee Chiefs look to get back to the winning way. Second quarter. Quarterback Landon Jeffers hands it off to Tyler Wolf, who punches it in. The Chiefs go up 14-0. The Eagles would fight back. Madden Guffey, how about that name for a quarterback? He takes a snap, finds his receiver, Mason Brown. What can Brown do for you? Big gain on third down. Later in the drive, Guffey drops back, finds Brown once again, gets just short of the end zone. Then on second down, Josh Gilbert gets the carry for Seymour, gets 6, but it would not be enough for the Eagles. That final score tonight, Cherokee looking good this year. That final score 28-21 over Seymour. Happy Valley all over TW. That final 48-6. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Kenny. Something had to give tonight when winless Cocke County came calling on winless Daniel Boone. The Blazers had won 11 straight in the series before it was snapped last season, 32-7, by this same Cocke County team, which trails 13-6 in the series. Late in the first half, the Trailblazers have a 14-7 lead with the ball in the red zone. Quarterback Drew Fleming gets it and keeps it himself as he dives into the end zone, giving the Blazers the 21-7 lead with less than a minute and a half. And with still some time on the clock, the Fightin' Cocks are looking to score. That deep bomb is up and it's picked off by Dylan Murphy as Daniel Boone goes into halftime with a 14-point lead. And things are looking bright for the Blazers. Fleming drops back this time, launches one downfield, but it's Cocke County's Cameron Fort who comes down with it as the Cocks are driving back down the field. We are late in the fourth here, and freshman quarterback is trying to make something happen. He throws it directly to Fleming, who gets his second interception of the night, playing behind center. That seals the deal for Daniel Boone as they get their first win since 2023, led by Drew Fleming.
Drew Fleming, you know, he played every snap, both sides of the ball, 2 picks. over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. If he's not player of the week, I don't know who is.
I mean, it's great. You know, everybody knows we've worked so hard. So we put in so much work during the off season, and just to get that win, it's like a huge weight off your shoulders. So it feels great.
I mean, we haven't had this energy in 3 years. You know, it's unreal. I mean, you can't imagine what it feels like. It's the best feeling in the world. Like Coach said in the locker room, you know, football's a simple game. It comes down to who tackles better and who can block better, and that's exactly what we did.
Gotta love that shameless plug.
Yeah,
right,
I guess
Kenny?
Jeremy's Drew's hype man now.
Looking at that final scoreboard, Daniel Boone down in Cocke County 21-7, and Morristown West battling Morristown East 13-7. Over in Elizabethton, it's the Cyclones taking on the Cougars of Northview Academy. Big kickoff run to open the second half. Braylon Britt returning for the Cyclones. He's going to hug the sidelines for as long as he can. Foot just catches out of bounds, but I mean, Kenny, he was ready to go all the way. Later in the third quarter, Rhett Slagle is going to dish this one out to Jack Blevins on the outlet. He muscles through the defenders to pick up some extra yardage, sets the Cyclones up perfectly to extend their lead, and Slagle with the QB keeper here inside the red zone. He'll punch that one in to put Elizabethton up 20 on the Cougars, but they weren't quite done yet as we go to that final scoreboard. A little look at this. It's going to be the Elizabethton Cyclones on top 34-7 against Northview. And I got this, Kenny. Unaka falling to Sunbright 40-0. That is 4 down, but still 9 more to go. First, here are the Tennessee High cheerleaders to lead us to a little break.
Welcome back to the show. In the Stone Castle tonight, the Vikings hoping to go 2-0 against Southwest Virginia in the last 2 weeks. Up 12-7, third and goal. Knox Reese will power through the Falcons and score, extending their lead to 19-7. Moving on to the fourth, a bad snap from an A-Town. We'll have Peyton Molinari picking up the ball or kicking the ball away. Better to give the Vikings a safety than a touchdown. I agree. Moving on to the next drive, Jack Richardson will hand the ball off to Elijah Plumbar, who will sneak through the Falcons and make his way in. Vikings now leading 28-7. Another bad snap later. He'll try and kick it away again, but this time misses. Khalil Honaker will slide on it, recover the fumble in the end zone, extend their lead to 35-7 as we go to the board. They're going to be working on snaps this week.
Never seen 2 bad snaps like that.
I can guarantee you. That's right. Tennessee High over Abingdon. That final 43-7. It was Cosby beating Hancock County 42-8. We now take you to Hampton's home, away from home. The Bulldogs taking on North Greene, of course, at Happy Valley. Huskies coming off a big win last week against Cosby. It was a quick start for Hampton in this one. Bulldogs quarterback Connor McKinney took the opening play down the sidelines for 47 yards in the first down. Few plays later, McKinney hands it to Brody Lambert, who bounces it outside, walks his way into the end zone. It was already 8-0. Few drives later, McKinney hands it off to Jaden Kuhn as the big man fights through a couple of arm tackles. You can't do that with him. You got to get low. You got to get low. Rolls his way into the end zone for 6. Bulldogs up 14-0. That in the first quarter as we go to the scoreboard. McKinney had a big game on offense and defense.
That's a nickname for me too, right, Kenny?
That's right. Hampton over North Greene 46-0. Tri-Cities Christian on the road tonight. They win 44-8. Now we go to West Greene to see them face off against South Greene. It's the battle of the Greens for the milk jug. Our first highlight, Nash Rader, former player of the week, uses some slick movement, finds an opening, and takes off like a jet. He runs it down the field to break the ice, putting South on the board. South leads 6-0. On the next play, West tries to gain some ground, but it's a turnover. South jumps on the ball, takes possession. A few plays later, South drives it down the field at the goal line. West tries to hold them back, but Rader is here to raid. He slams it right through the West defense, not around South at the half. As we go to the board.
Oh, play on words there, huh?
Yeah. No, I don't even know what I just said there. But I do know this. South Greene wins tonight over West Greene by the final of 42-20. And it was GP. Can you hear me? Over Gatlinburg, 56-8. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Kenny. We head to Chuckey-Doak High School for a showdown between Johnson County and Chuckey-Doak after halftime. Chuckey-Doak pushes into the end zone for the touchdown. The kick is good, bringing the score to 16-14, with Johnson County still in the lead. The rest of the game was a bit of a battle, though. Dominic Hanlon intercepted a pass with under a minute left on the clock. He nearly made it all the way downfield. Let's see it. but he's going to step out of bounds here. From there, it came down to the wire as Chuckey-Doak used every second trying to pull off the upset on the final play of the game. That Kipton Ball attempted this pass with just 10 seconds left, but it was shut down by Braden Dickens of Johnson County, securing their win. Let's go to the final scoreboard here, Kenny. And that final score, Johnson County downing Chuckey-Doak 16-14. Bringing it back closer to home here, though. Look at this sunset, Kenny. That's how you know it's a good night of football.
Nice.
Middle Tennessee at Providence Academy. Cougars struck first on the second play of the game. Handoff to Ali Bangura, and this O-line making sure he remains untouched, running this one all the way to the house for the touchdown. Point after puts Middle Tennessee up 7 out the gate. Second quarter now, Hunt Simpson drops back for the Knights. Quick pass up the middle for Ty Purr. Stays on his feet for the extra yardage. Providence Academy driving downfield again late in the second. Simpson fires that one deep, connects with Nash Martinez. Knights are in the red zone, Kenny, and they are going to capitalize on the opportunity with Charlie Walker bringing this one in for the score to get the team on the board, but wasn't enough to fend off the Cougars as we go to the final scoreboard. And it looks like this. Providence Academy falling 21-28 against Middle Tennessee.
The Gator Light Quick Play is sponsored by Quick Stop Markets.
Kenny, our quick play of the night comes from the Eastside Spartans, Kelton Hamilton.
There he goes.
He would take the pitch 33 yards to the house, all the way in for the touchdown. That is 9 down and still 4 more to go as we head to Southwest Virginia. But first, here is the Eastside Marching Band to help us take a little break.
Welcome back to the show. David Crockett rolls into Gate City for the first time ever between the two teams. Braden Lawson is going to bounce it outright for a big run down the sideline. This would set up the Blue Devils near the end zone. Later on in the drive, Walker Hillman will not be denied on his way to the end zone. Walker is walking all over a few Pioneers with the Blue Devils on the board. I just read them, I don't write them. Visitors couldn't get much going tonight. A.J. Wynn scrambling in the backfield but can't find a target. He's taken down by a few Blue Devils for the sack. Gate City cruises as we go to the board. That final tonight, 47-6 over the Pioneers. It was Patrick Henry all over John Battle, 61-38. Lehigh losing to Ridgeview 47-3, and Princeton, West Virginia over Graham tonight 33-14. Things are heating up in Lebanon. Richlands Blue Tornadoes hope to do the Pioneers like they did to A-Town. WJHL's Player of the Week, Michael Reese, says, not on my watch, as he throws a long pass to Toby Baker, getting them deep into NATO territory. This sets up Reese to Francisco Hernandez, who'll sneak through the NATO's defense. That touchdown makes it 6-0 for Reese. It's Drake, it's Drake, it's Drake. A little later on in the first, Reese tosses to Brock Keene, who'll run for his life before being tossed out by the Richlands. You know, he only throws 2 passes before the game.
That's crazy.
Just 2, not 3, not 1. Then Reese shows why he won Player of the Week last week by finding Lane Jesse 60 yards away, passes it, finds him no problem, gets into the end zone. That makes it 13-zip. Reese completed 14 of 17, 328 yards and 3 scores in the first half.
That
we go to the board.
Berries, Kenny. Oatmeal and berries.
There it is, right there. Lebanon wins tonight over Richlands 42-21. It was Giles over Tazewell 43-13. Grundy taking on Honecker tonight. That final, Honecker 66, Grundy 16. Jahowie beating Northwood 36-zip. Mackenzie?
Thanks, Kenny. The undefeated Eastside Spartans were hosting Bland County. Spartans' first play was a good one. Landon Panel would fake the toss and hit their tight end Noah Hamilton on the dump pass, who would go 56 yards for a touchdown. Kenny, fast forward a few drives. Spartans are up 13-0. Keldon Hamilton takes it, the handoff, 22 yards to the house. That's going to make it 20-0 Eastside. Keldon would get the pitch and take it another 33 yards for a score as we go to the board here. And it looks a little something like this. Eastside shutting out Bland County 40-0, and Rye Cove also shutting out Castlewood 62-0. Staying in Wise County, the Union Bears were on the road to Central and were up big when we got there at the half. It was 35-0 when Cam Bostic finds Raven Jones on the screen and gets loose for a 48-yard touchdown here all the way to the house, Kenny. 41-0 now. Next drive, Central's Zico Quinn would punt it in the back of his personal protector, setting Union up for another score right here. Bears would capitalize, Kenny, with Camden Maddox taking the jet sweep 20 yards for another score as we go to the board on this one. And it looks like this. Union shutting out Y Central 47-0, and Craig County downing Twin Springs 35-28. A couple more scores for you. We've got Floyd County. It's just a week full of shutouts, Kenny. 42-0 over Fort Criswell, and Virginia High 14-6 over Grayson County. That will do it for our high school football coverage tonight, but if there is a highlight or a score you missed, then please log on to our website, WJHL.com, shortly after the show. When we come back, Kenny wraps up the day in sports. Stay with us.